It's showtime. Welcome to the show. Are you ready?
Give me some, give me. Give me some, give me.
Is that free smoke I see?
Give me some, give me. Give me some, give me some, give me.
CJ on 32s and you rocking out with free
The life of Gary Bear, man.
FaTKa's Garage.
You doing a budget, man? If you rock with me, you need to rock with free smoke, baby.
Mess with free smoke heavy.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy CashApp.
Beauty 392B.
This shit out doing a free smoke. Hey, man, say, man, hey, man, it's your boy, man, Rellz for real, man.
Free smoke, free smoke.
Free smoke. And you're watching Free Smoke.
Are you watching Free Smoke?
Free Smoke. Free Smoke.
Free smoke. Free smoke. Rocking with free smoke, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Yeah.
To the latest podcast on YouTube, Free Smoke.
Make sure y'all tune in to the free smoke.
The Free Smoke.
There we go. Free smoke, yo. We in this building. Shouts out to Pippin TV one more time, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Always makes, he just makes that way better. Shout out to everybody, you know, who's in that intro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Sunday Fun Day, here we are again. Once again, y'all know what it is. Every single time, same place, same time. You know what I'm saying? Free Smoke live show every single Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Today is no different, man. I'm your boy FaTKaT. We got the Rellz in the building. If you don't know, you watch a Free Smoke home with your news for the culture. But as you guys know, again, like as I just said, every single Sunday we go live with a live guest, a dope guest, dope individual. And today is no different. If you guys have seen the thumbnail, man, you guys have seen the flyers, man, the advertisements, we got a dope individual today. You know what I'm saying? On the show. Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? This person, man, it's an honor to have him on the show. Obviously, I'm going to say this at the end of the show as well, but I got to introduce him this way. It's an honor to have him on the show, man, because, you know, when it comes down to basically, you know what I'm saying, in the car culture, man, the car genre, it's not even just car, it's just in our demographic period, man. He's one of the first ones to kind of, you know, highlight all these people that are doing great things, you know what I'm saying, bringing them onto his show and, you know what I'm saying, highlighting, introducing them to people, to the masses. If you may not know who some particular these people are, you know what I'm saying, he definitely brings them on, you know what I'm saying, and lets them tell their story, you know what I'm saying, kick it with them throughout his show, so on and so forth. And, man, like I said, he was probably one of the first ones to do that, you know what I'm saying, and we got a couple other shows that are doing it now, you know, in their own way, their own twist. But, you know what I'm saying, definitely he was one of the first ones to pick up that YouTube, you know what I'm saying, or put that on the YouTube channel, man, and showcase that to the world. So we definitely got to, you know what I'm saying, big him up, show that respect, you know what I'm saying, salute him, you know what I'm saying, one of the dopest individuals out here on this YouTube platform, you know what I'm saying, again, showing big time light to a lot of these people out here. Now, before I do bring them in, I should have said this first. Salute to everybody that's out in the chat room right now in the comment section. We got TK's Garage, man, L Boogie, man, Fly by G Money, all eyes on Angie, Lefty in the building. Ladies, let's ride in the building as well. As y'all know, that's AKA Shannon, one of my moderators, man. Appreciate you, Shannon, for being in here today. You know what I'm saying? We got, like I said, Fly by G Money, kicking with Alvin. Man, the list goes on and on and on. Tim Go Mango in the building. Man, who else we got? Mr. Hustle Hard in the building. Ken 10 Customs in the building. Man, like I said, man, we appreciate everybody for coming through, you know what I'm saying, and kicking it with us today. Jen and Rellz in the building as well. Of course, as y'all know, that's That's Rellz, Rellz, and his wife Jen's. That's their couple channel. If you have not checked that out, please make sure you guys go check that out right there. Definitely dope content.
Appreciate that, brother.
What do you guys at now? 20-something thousand subscribers?
Man, I think we're like 23 now, 23K.
23. Come on, man.
Just try to do a little something.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, they're killing it right now. So definitely go check them out, man. Tamika Davis in the building. Lolo Red in the building. Definitely Free Smoke Squad right there, man. Carlos to Jesus, definitely Free Smoke Squad right there. Man, like I said, the list goes on and on. Of course, we got 32 Gang in the building. Lawsuit Jerry in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, I could keep going, you know what I'm saying? But I want to have as much time as we can with the guests, again, because, you know, we got so much to talk about, man. And hey, man, I had to say this one time. I got to say this one time. You know what I'm saying? Because this, I kind of laughed, though. Not laugh in a bad way, but, you know what I'm saying? But he make sure he let it be known. Hey, I got to get you, New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say New York. Y'all already know what it is. But I got to get you, man. He's the self-proclaimed, the Godfather. The plug. You know what I'm saying? In the building, we talking about none other than Mr. New York in your city, the real New York in the building. What is going on, sir?
What's up? Hold on. New York in your city, in the building. The Godfather, Legend, the Plug, and Connectors in the building. And like FaTKaT said, and like Rellz said, instead of one of the first, I was the first to do it the way I'm doing it. And thing about it is, I love what everybody's doing. And I've said this before when I've been on your show with other people. This first time I'm on it by myself, which I'm ecstatic about. When y'all came to me, I know you weren't part of the at the time, but when y'all came to me and said what y'all was doing, and said, yo, New York, we doing this. We're not trying to step on your toes. I said, I love it. Let's get it. I love it. I said, let's do it. And y'all went with it and ran with it. I said, that's what I like to see. Other people doing it for the culture as well, bringing light to something that somebody else don't know about. People will come on and be like, oh, who's that person? And that was kind of my thing, to bring people on that people may not know about. Not just all the big time people, even though I love all the big time people because I'm with them, I rock with them. And some of them I know, a lot of them I know before YouTube, before they started YouTube. But to have them on the show and have people that nobody saw, like for instance, I know he don't mind me picking at him. Shout out my guy, CashApp. I had him on and nobody knew who he was. He didn't have 1,000 subscribers at the time. And I told him, I said, you're going to be big. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Josh Duran, a lot of people didn't know him. I had him on. And then the list went on, and I didn't do it for kudos. I didn't do it for money. Even though shout out to Worldwide Media, my new sponsor, Stay 2K22. I wanted it to be where people came on and told their story. You see their cards, you see their whips. Come on, tell their story. Tell how they got to that point, because it's somebody else that's like, yo, I want that point. And everybody think my channel is just a card channel. No, it's not. It's an inspirational, motivational channel. The cards bring you there. You see the cards, it brings you there.
Yeah, word up, man. Like I said, we definitely respect that, man. And we see that, and you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you know, I know you say that a lot. That's why I try to go back and say, make sure I said it wasn't just a card channel. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely, it's a like, you know what I'm saying. Definitely bring on for our demographic period, bro. I'm getting some of that feedback again. Did you replug that mic in?
I know that might be sitting over there. I didn't plug nothing in. I don't have no
some of that feedback back again.
That's on y'all end. Y'all got something going on with y'all end. Hold up. Let's do this.
Not us, bro.
Not us. You a podcast guy, so you gotta have it together, man.
Hey, listen, because I'm gonna mute you. Hold on. I'm muting you, and we got no feedback. You know what I'm saying? So if I unmute you,
what about now?
I get the feedback.
What about now? Still got feedback? I don't know where the feedback's coming from.
The feedback is coming from only when we talk, not when you talk. It's only when we talk.
So
that means
it's coming out of your speakers and going back in.
Go back in
and gives the feedback. When I
don't even have no speakers or nothing on. I mean, nothing.
How are you hearing it?
We straight on my phone now. I mean, it's on nothing, straight phone. So I don't know why it's echoing.
That's a little.
He said it sounds good on their end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does it? Okay, well, hey, we gonna keep going then. Hey, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we here. Actually, we good now. So yeah. So the feedback went away for some reason. So we good. Anyway,
and also,
so let's move on.
hold on, before we get started, can I say this real quick before we get started?
Go ahead.
Rest
New
in
York, we
heaven.
got an interview to do here, bro.
Hey, I know, but let me just say this, and then we can do the interview. I wouldn't be right if I wouldn't say this. Rest in heaven to my guy Drizzy. Rest in heaven to my guy Logic. Both of those guys are great guys. And I know somebody gonna say rest in heaven to Dolph as well, but Drizzy and my guy Logic, man, that I knew both of them personally outside of YouTube, and especially Logic. We talked a lot. Me and Logic were about to do a lot of business together, and we talked off the scene maybe 2, sometimes 3 times a day, not a week, but a day. And for everything that has happened with him, I know people are asking me. I'm like, I do not know because I don't know. I don't want to talk about anything of how he's gone. I want to talk about how the man lived, because he gave a lot of inspiration to me, and we bounced a lot of ideas off one another. We was going to do something real great that I told on my podcast I'm still going to do, period.
100%, man. Respect, man. I was trying to crack a joke, but then as soon as I heard where you were going with that, definitely, rest in heaven, condolences, obviously, to the family. Rest in peace and rest in heaven to those brothers. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But with that, man, let's go and get into the show. Man, hey, listen, as we always do with all of our guests, man, who is, and don't give them too much all at one time, because, we got to get into the show, but who is and what is the real New York, a.k.a. New York in your city?
The real New York is somebody inspiration, motivation, and inspiring people. I've been inspired by so many, and I've been in this game for a minute. I've been in the card game since I was a kid. And that's over 30 years. I'm not going to tell my age. I'm 39. But I've been doing this for a minute. I was born with a wrench in one hand and a paint gun in another. As much as I can say I want to stir away from it, I can't. It's been in my life and in my blood, period. I've had a lot of the vehicles now that people are getting. I've had them. I had a Hellcat, had a Scat Pad. I've had those that I turned around and flipped because I saw the value in them. And for me, New York he's real. He's real. I'm a real one. I keep it straight. I keep it real. I keep it 1,000.
Yeah, 100%, man. A lot of people, and even I do it sometimes. I got to think, man, which one is which again? Because, you got the real New York, which is you. And then New York in your city is your podcast, correct?
Correct.
So, sometimes I'm like, people, I know you get it all the time. People probably, they come to you like, New York in your city. You're like, no, that's my podcast. The real New York is me. You know what I'm saying?
But I embrace both. I embrace both because a lot of people don't know. I'm like, no, I'm New York and I'm in your city. I'm traveling to your city because I do a lot of travel. And it was like, wow. It was like, okay. I said, but somebody tried to mimic me at one point that I had shut down. And I was like, I changed my name to the real New York because people were scrapping. You got 2 channels. It was somebody that took a picture of me and Dunk Master and made a channel on IG and tried to make a YouTube, and I had that shut down. So from then on, I just went by the real New York, and that was like almost 2 years ago now.
Okay, well, I was getting ready to ask you like where the names came from. So you basically just answered that question. So yeah, exactly. I was going to ask you, where exactly did the names come from? So with that being said, people are confused. Do you care to enlighten? Why you call yourself the real New York, other than somebody trying to mimic you, but because I know you live in Kansas City right now, but why do you, what's the name, the real New York? Where does that come from?
Well, here's the thing. When I moved down south from New York, and people didn't believe my real government name because it's a famous name. And I'll say it on here. I don't care. My real name is Michael Jordan. People didn't believe that. They're like, what? Nah. And there's this one dude that was from Philly. He's like, nah, you that dude from New York. So everywhere we would go, he says, you, this that dude from New York. I'm like, man, you call my name like a Tribe Called Quest. And then it took 2 dudes to say, no, he's just New York. Because I was straight New York. Yo, what up, son? What up? Everything, that's how everything was. And I had to calm that down because it was scaring people. And that's how I started in New York. Like, it's not just the name I use on YouTube. I'm part of Motorcycle Club. That's my name, Motorcycle Club. When I was part of Car Club, that's my name, Car Club. When I was a part of just about everything for the last minute now, over 20 years, that's been my name, New York.
Gotcha. Now, prior to YouTube and stuff like that, because we know you just didn't spawn out when YouTube, came about. So what were you doing prior to the whole podcast and the YouTube world and stuff like that? Where did you start out at? You mentioned you 39 or whatnot. What were you doing up until the podcast?
Oh man, how far you want me to go back?
Well, not too in your adult life, essentially. You know what I mean?
Okay,
it was all a dream.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
I'll kind of skim across a little bit. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Grew up around a lot of famous people that are famous now that wasn't really famous. Like, for instance, every one of my sisters, including me, went to school with somebody famous. My older sister went to school with, I forgot to sing his name. Oh my God, I forgot to sing his name. I can't think of his name, but I'll come back to it. My middle sister went to school with LL Cool J. He actually tried to holler at her back in the day. I went to school with LL's wife's brother. I went to school with him. And my younger sister, she was in class with Kelly Price. I remember 50 was there for a quick minute, then he ended up going back to Jackson, and a few other people that was in class with her. And for me, I was in class, and literally Simone, which is LL's wife's brother, sat across from me. And on the other side of me was Lord Banks. He was on the other side of me and a few other people. And also Terminator X, the DJ for Public Enemy, his son was in school with me. And none of us looked at him as famous people because we saw him all the time. And especially at the barbershop that was across the street from my older sister's house in Hollis when she lived in a duplex. It was everybody out there. I mean, everybody, because Russell Simmons knew the guy that ran it. So they ran Def Jam out of there before Def Jam became Def Jam. And to skip on from that, when I got to junior high school and then high school, I was always in the cars. I was 15 years old, 16 years old, running on my own paint body shop. Me and RP to Larry Tyler, we ran a paint body shop. And I was painting cars, making money. I mean, making some good money at it. Doing candy paint jobs. My candy paint jobs back in the 90s started at $4K. And people were like, it was cheaper than everybody else because I didn't have no overhead. So I was doing that. And then RP to my dad, he started the car dealership in 96. And I got into doing that, flipping cars. And I went to iCar school. That was ran by the University of Georgia, painting cars. I did that. And while I was in college, this is where it really broke out, where New York kind of really broke out. I saw an ad for Mid-State Protective Services. I'm like, dang, okay, they hiring, they paying good money. I'm gonna go ahead and get that while I'm in college. Not knowing what it was gonna take me through. I was in the office just taking incoming calls, and they were a security firm. They did bodyguard work and everything else. So I ended up doing that in college. And I know I got moved to the field, passed the field test. You go through the same thing like the military goes through. And I started doing security for a lot of famous people. And then bodyguard work. It went from security to bodyguard work for a lot of famous people. Escorting them places, getting everywhere. And then my name kind of got out. And we couldn't go by our real names during that time, but there was already a dude named Brooklyn. There was already a dude named Philly. And I said, well, they already called me New York. That's it. New York, just put it, that's what we're going to do. And I had the name tag New York. And that name kind of traveled. And during that time, believe it or not, that's how I met Stunner Reese. Stunner was out there during the time doing his DVDs. I actually bought one of his DVDs while I was working.
Gotcha. So bodyguarding up to the point of, I guess not too long ago, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, my list goes on from there. I started businesses and got into IT once the economy crashed because paint body wasn't doing well, and I didn't want to do bodyguard work because I was there when Wolf got killed, which is Diddy's bodyguard. I was working, and it was like maybe about 6-7 feet away from me when that happened. And I was like, yo, this it. I said he's gone. And Busta Rhymes' bodyguard's gone. I'm like, yo, okay, it's time to come fight this. Time to come fight this, do something that's a little different. I love my life.
That'll do it. That'll do it sometimes.
Yeah. So sit up in the office and be safe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. I got a good buddy of mine. He's out on the West Coast or whatnot. And he's been in the bodyguard, man, for God knows how many years, and actually part of the money team with Mayweather. So okay. Yeah, man. So I get to to see, kind of behind the scenes and what they go through and dealing with stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's a dope opportunity, but at the same time, you gotta be on your P's and Q's. But I'm a doggone I'm gonna hit him up or whatnot, man. I said, man, now I know a second person that was out there in the bodyguarding world. You know what I mean? And see if y'all might have ran across each other, in y'all bodyguarding.
We may have.
Yeah, man. So now you say once the economy did what it did, you dove into the IT side of things. So how does someone go from bodyguarding to? Well, actually, before I get to that, now we know, I like watching your show. You spoke about a lot of people that you've out there bodyguarding with. I'm just saying, I think it would be dope content if maybe on a Flashback Friday or a Throwback Thursday, we get to see New York and any celebrity, post it on your IG page. I think people will actually like to see that type of content from you, because anytime you speak about stuff, people like they receive it and they take it, but when you can actually put that stuff out there like that, you know what I'm saying? I think it's really dope, because like when I went on tour for like 6 cities with FaTKaT, and I was posting pictures up like that, you know what I mean? People were like, man, we can't wait for the next city so we can see the pictures and stuff like that, man. So I think it would be really dope, you know what I'm saying? If it's on you, of course, my brother, but if you would, post some of that content for us, man, out there, bro. So but how did you get to how does someone go from bodyguarding to IT?
Well, I answer that part. Bodyguard and IT. I was already kind of doing a little bit of that, and I saw the money in it. I was like, yo, to do this, to do that. Shout out to my cousin and shout out to a few other people I saw doing it. And I was like, yo, that's the only thing popping right now. The only thing was popping was at that time when the economy crash happened was medical field and IT. Those are the only things that was still kind of going. So I was like, yo, let me jump into that and make some things happen. So I jumped in that in 08. Went to school for it, got certified security system engineer. Yes, y'all, I'm a security system engineer, top level. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. But then the economy started getting better. So I said, why, instead of just doing that, why not do both? So I kind of bridged the gap and started doing both. And also, Rellz, to answer your question about doing that, I didn't really want to tell a lot of people what I was doing. I had a guest on when I first started, and he talked about it because he knew Blue, which is Blue Da Vinci, and he saw I did stuff with BMF at the time, some security work for them, and I didn't really want to talk about it because at that time, camera phones and all that wasn't out. Early 2000s, none of that was out. And when you start talking about stuff what people was doing, I didn't want to turn into like some other people, which I don't want to name, and then next thing you know, they labeled as, oh man, they snitch on everything that goes on. Because when we did that, it was a code doing bodyguard work. You didn't say nothing that was going on.
Oh, absolutely.
But then as time went on, even after I left, as time went on to where we at now in 2K21, almost 2K22 now, dang, time flying. People are telling all their stories. So I actually reached out to a couple of people. I don't want to name their names on here because I don't know if they want to name their names. And they have more footage of stuff than I have. Like I got one guy, he's supposed to send me the thing from I don't know if y'all remember Vibe magazine in the audience, but
absolutely,
they got a clip of me walking somebody. And you just saw it, and he said, man, I'm gonna send this clip to you. And in fact, Andre, I will be hitting you up. I need that clip, bro. Dre, I need that clip. But it's basically just a whole thing. He took a picture of Vibe magazine and posted it up with me in it. And you just see me from the side, and I was like, wow, I was a lot skinnier then. I said, I think I need to get drunk for that.
Hey, that comes with age, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, and it's just a good life. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what I'm saying? Hey, at the end of the day, that means you eat. You know, and the life is good and life is abundant. You know, at the end of the day. But anyway, with that being said, though, man, so we talked. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we talked about your past life, and by the way, shout out to E-Vapors in the building. It's really well.
Shout out, baby. Shout out everybody in the building. Y'all. Sorry, I'm just not seeing some of the comments. Shout out to all my folks in the building. Yeah,
Rellz. I mean, E-Vapors in the building. Rellz, brother. Anyway, so we talked about all the way up to, you know, on what you're doing, your bodyguard and all that, right? So, what made you decide? You know, then you went into IT. What made you decide to then forego or what? You know, not forego, but kind of transition over to now doing YouTube and especially to the I guess the lane that you went into, because most people when they went into YouTube, it was just, you know, here goes my car, here goes my bike, or here goes or a regular vlog where here goes my life. So what made you decide to go into the lane when you went into, when you were like, okay, I'm going to actually take people, you know, and start interviewing them and things like that? What made you decide to go into that lane? First of all, I guess it's a two-part question. Yeah. First of all, what made you decide to go into YouTube and it's you know, like full-fledged like that? And second of all, what made you decide to go into that lane?
Let me answer the YouTube question first. Shout out to Bat 96 Chevy and shout out to G Dog. I've known them a long time. I've known G Dog since he was 7 years old. And they started, and I know Dunk Master ever since I was in 11th grade. So they started with doing YouTube. And I already knew the people from YouTube because I did contract work with them. I met the two guys that started it and the lady they started it with. I met all three of them, and they started doing YouTube. Neil, you need to do it. I said, no, I'm a private person. No, they need to see what you're doing. You need to do it. And finally, my dad had first got sick, and I was like, yo, I need to go ahead and do this. I want to do this, but I don't know how I want to do it. I don't want to just put all my old school cars in. That'll get old after a while. I don't want to just do this. Because I saw people already doing it. I want to do something different. And it hit me one night. I was sitting there watching. It was right after my dad passed. I was sitting there watching something one night, and I seen these guys had like 300,000-400,000 people in their live. I said, that's unreal. And they were just sitting at the table. People just donate money. And I didn't care about donating money part. I cared about the part of, okay, they're talking about something good, but they're not paying attention to the audience. If I did that, I'm going to do. And it just, light bulb just went off my head. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I sat up. I grabbed a notepad and I started going. I said, look, I know what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to do this with this. I'm going to finally go ahead and do YouTube. And the way I'm going to do it is do it this way. So when I started it, I said, well, I can't just jump out the gate doing it. People don't really know who I am. And I don't want to just use people names and throw out there. And I've talked to like 3 or 4 people, and they don't mind me naming them. I talked to Rellz, I talked to Stunner, I talked to CJ, and I talked to one other person that no longer does YouTube anymore. So I don't know if he want me to name him, because me and him kind of fell out. We just trying to get back right now. Now that he knows something what it was. And I said, I'm going to start this YouTube thing. And you should have been started. And I even told G-Dog. He was like, you should have been started it. I said, yeah, but I don't want to do it like y'all doing it, because if you go back and look at some of G-Dog's earlier footage, he's been doing this since 2009. You will see me, him, Bat 96 Chevy, S. Johnson Photos, and a few other people. We were on the track filming like y'all see me now when I'm at events. We were the only ones on the track. Nobody else was filming like that. And I had this big camera on me, like movie screen camera, and I'm just sitting there filming, trying to get everything. And I said, you know what? I want to do it. And you see we filming these folks, but nobody's interviewing them and saying how they got their start. Nobody's giving their flowers. They just do the accolades now. So let me do that. But I got to find a way how to do it so people know who I am. So the first thing I did was I did an interview in my garage. I had the laptop sitting up, and you saw my old school's car behind me on 6s. And I just started talking about stuff, and a lot of stuff where you talking about, I was showing receipts, so I was pulling up photos, showing everything. Like, look, I did this, is what I did. Just kind of letting people know, like, look, I'm not somebody coming to fly by now, I'm real. And I had more people overseas following me because for some reason it was showing over there more than it was over here. And next thing I know, I was at what, 100 followers and 200, 400. And I started the podcast. And when I started, I said, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna kick this off, but I want to kick it off with a guest. I said, well, I'm already doing it with just me, but I need a guest. And finally I said, you know what? I know somebody to reach out to. I picked up the phone, dialed his number. Yo, Demonology, what's good? New York, what's good? You know how you talk. New York, what's good, brother? What's good, my brother? I said, man, I'm starting this podcast that I was telling you about. Yeah. I said, yeah, man. I said, look, I want you on it as the first guest. And I never forget it. We booked it for the 14th of January. And then he said, well, you know, I'm working on something big. I said, what you working on? You know, Dunk Master? I said, yeah, I know Dunk Master. He said, man, we putting together this YouTuber call. I try to bring YouTubers together. What? I said, I tell you what, let's announce it on the show. Bet, let's do it. Demonology was sitting at his dojo studio, and we did the live, and we announced it right then and there. And everybody was like, what? And I just started promoting it heavy. Put together a small little flyer. Then the official flyer came out from Dunk Master's folks over there, from the whole program. Shout out to all the folks over there in the Big Wheel Network. They put it together, and matter of fact, G-Dog was the one that sent it to me, and I went and put it out there. Next thing I know, it kind of grew to what it is now. And I went to Dallas that first time, and I'd already started interviewing a lot of people that I reached out to. Demon, I was first one in Cum Laude, and I had Boost Doctor on. I had a lot of folks from Florida on. Shout out to Murph the Dunk Legend. I had him on. I started reaching out to people that I know that I would see on the scene first. And when I went to the day that I went there, I was supposed to interview Rellz to Rell that day. And he got kind of caught up at the shop where he was working at. And I went to the meet, and Mozzie stopped. I said, New York, man, I got to get on that show. And to make a long story short, from that first YouTuber's call, and that's why I promote people to go there and get out there. Bad Little Man, he saw me out there. Shout out Bad Little Man. I booked 70 interviews that weekend. I booked them for the rest of that time, and I was just booking people. Him and Life, Him and Wife, I booked them. Mozzie, shout out to Back FaTKaT, I booked him, and so on and so forth. That's when I first met T Rose, and I got her on the show. And next thing I know, it just went from there, including Ladies Night. Started it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now go ahead, FaTKaT.
No. I mean, I just want to follow up. As I was saying, so that's where you, you know what I'm saying, that was dope. And like I said, the way that you went that way and that you went that route. And again, the whole Ladies Night thing. You know what I'm saying? That I think again, that's something very unique about your channel, because you know you're like one of the only ones that do. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I think you are the only one that do.
I am the only one, yeah.
As far as I know, you know, and again, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, just make sure that you're shouting out, you know what I'm saying, all the women that are doing great things as well. You know what I'm saying? And they could come on and give their testimony, their story, and, you know, hopefully shed light to what they got going on. So like I said, that's dope. But I want to ask you an honest question though, man. New York,
come on,
you know what I'm saying? New York, I gotta ask you an honest question. Because I know, you know, it's all love, and we gotta be camaraderie, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, which is true at the end of the day. You know, it's not a game when we say that. I mean, that is 100% facts. But you have to let me know 100%. I mean, what was your real thought, man, when you started seeing some of the other shows pop up, including Free Smoke, you know what I'm saying, where they were doing like, you know, podcast type, interviewing type things. Again, none of us, I think, or none of the shows that are going on, even, you know what I'm saying, even the ones that are not necessarily still in production, but I don't think anybody really did anything exactly the same. Everybody had their own flavor to it. But still, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. It was, you know, a podcast type show with guests on and things like that. So what was your real initial thought about seeing some of these shows pop up?
Well, y'all was the first. And like I said, I had so much respect for y'all because y'all came to me. Because Garage Driven, I was trying to get him on the show because I had been following him for a minute. I was like, yo, I got to get him on. When I saw YouTube's call out, I went straight to him. Bro, I got to get you on my show. I got to get you on. He said, all right, Nick, I know you've been bugging me. Send me a message. No, I ain't just bugging you. I got to have you on it. And when y'all came to me and said what y'all said, I was like, cool, I loved it. And then I started seeing branches of other people doing it. I was like, okay, I'm loving it. They bringing stuff to the culture. And then there was a few shows that I was like, okay, but I'm not going to get in there. I'm like, okay. But I was loving what I was seeing because, and to bring up the name, The Godfather, The Legend of Plug and Connect, it was other people seeing other shows pop up. And they were like, yo, New York, you the Godfather of this though. And I was like, no, I don't consider myself with that. No, you Plug, you Connect. You do this, you do that. You know, you connected me to this person, to that person. I would have never known about this person went for this. And CashApp was one of them. He said, I would have never known about Josh Ron if you wouldn't have said this and this and this. Because I told him they was like the Method Man and Red Man of the game. And I just see stuff and I was saying it. And then finally it took one person. And I'm going to shout her out because I always said I would shout out for saying this. Shout out to Michael the Dream. She said, New York, you need to run with that. Nobody else called because I said, yeah, the Godfather, Legend of Plug Connect. She said, you need to run with that. I said, what? I said, no, I don't want to sound conceited. No. Run with that. Ain't nobody going by that. And you doing everything those names say and people calling you that, run with it. And I know Rellz was like, man, I'm tired of seeing that name. He even said that to me. I'm tired of seeing that name. But then he thought about it. I said, I ain't trying to be conceited. I'm like, people are calling me that. So I'm just going to jump into every chat, every live, and I'm going to say that. I'm going to keep saying that, period. Period. I'm going to keep saying that. And if it ruffles some feathers, they come talk to me and I'll tell them where it came from.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. You know what I mean? And like,
it did.
Like FaTKaT said, that's a real question. You know what I mean? And you know, when we say, and I'll tell you where, you know, I actually had an issue with that, you know what I mean, just being 100 with you. And the only reason is because when we come to say, it's like the Jordan and LeBron GOAT question, right? You have people that are great in their own right, but Jordan and Bron played in two different eras. You know what I'm saying? So that's what me and FaTKaT was talking earlier about. You know, he almost caught me because he thought I was going to say that LeBron was the GOAT or whatnot. But I had to make sure I said, and this generation, LeBron is the GOAT or whatnot, man. So I think like myself and people look at it and we look at a broad spectrum. But I think when you encompass it into what you're doing in the car culture, in the circle that we're in, I see where you're coming from, and if people are telling you this, then if somebody called me to go, just like I call my brother E-Vapors to go, you know what I'm saying? I call him to go. We got other brothers that call him to go as well, you know what I'm saying? So in that retrospect, I totally understand it, you know what I'm saying? But I could also see where somebody be looking from the outside, like, why are you calling yourself to go for it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
man.
You know, so.
Like I said, I had a lot of people say stuff, and I was talking to a dude I did a lot of security work for. I said, man, I was on the phone. I said, man, JT, y'all know JT Jordan Towers, shout out to Jordan Towers, MREC TV. I was like, JT, man, people are getting mad about this and this. He was like, you know, don't worry about that. Fuck that shit. Excuse my French. He's like, F that. He's like, F that, go with it. People calling that, go with it. I said, I'm going with it. Going with it. And like I said, it was never to ruffle no feathers, nothing like that. Because even FaTKaT said, I don't know about the golf. I don't know about this. Like, there's no disrespect. It's somebody started calling me that, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that name. I'm going to take this name, that name, and I'm going to throw it all up there together with a Statue of Liberty behind it so they know it's me.
Yeah. And like me and my brother, we actually, and he mentioned it a few seconds ago, like before, you know, the whole YouTube Live, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, you know, back in 2010, we actually had a podcast called the E-Vapor Show or whatever. And we had to, like I said, it wasn't no live button, you know what I'm saying? And we had to learn coding and all of that stuff and place it on the website and so forth and so on. You know what I mean? So to see when we say the GOAT of what you do, I feel what you're saying. Like FaTKaT said, you're the first one to, you're the only one that's doing the ladies' night now and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think people got to understand what you're actually locking in on and what you're talking about, because like I said, it ain't for us to come in here and ruffle no feathers. It's, hey, I got people calling me this. I'm going to take the name if they calling me this and run with it. Michael Jordan didn't say, hey, I'm going to just start calling myself Air Jordan. He didn't say that. You know, people started calling him that. He assumed the name and the title, man.
I mean, you know, but at the end of the day, though, man, I really don't got a problem with it. Even if we might say, you know, maybe make a joke here and there, but I don't really got a problem with it, because at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to say I'm the greatest. You're supposed to say I'm the GOAT. You're supposed to say, yes, I'm the one that did this. That's what you're supposed to do. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who came before me. I don't care who come after me. I know anybody doing it better than me. And that's the way you're supposed to feel. And if you don't feel like that, no matter what you're doing, I don't care if you're coloring a coloring book. If you don't feel like you're the best one coloring that damn coloring book, then don't color. You know what I'm saying? Period. It's just the way that's just the way you're supposed. It's just the way you're supposed. That's the way you're supposed to feel.
Yeah,
period.
right.
You know
and even when we was in Memphis last year, not this year, but last year, even because of King Vapors, somebody wondered how he King Vapors. I said because he called himself that. That's why. If you're gonna stand for that, he the king.
That's it.
I said, look, who you know here with a crown, riding around in an I-8 with a crown and getting out with the cane. I said, dude, that's that right there. I said, that's legendary status right there. He is the king. Salute. Listen, how you gonna salute another man? I said, dude, get out of your soapbox for a minute. Look at the vision. I said,
that's what we have to be able to do as men in general. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us asking that question, like you said about Memphis, how is he the king? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't we say, you know, salute? And like you said, somebody asked you, why would you salute another man? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. We got to get out of that, you know, at the end of the day.
Out of that.
But, you know, I would have been, what was that TV show back in the day where if they would come to you and if you had a certain item in your pocket or whatnot, they'll say, hey, I need a paper clip. And you can
I
win
know
like
you're talking about, and you would come down with it and get. Oh, what was the name of that?
I would have been like, hey, find somebody else out here at the racetrack with a crown. I got $500 for you. You know what I'm saying? Because more life,
right.
You know what I mean, what happened, and that's the way you have to look at all of this stuff, man. And when if you don't think you're the best at doing what you're doing, you probably don't need to be doing it.
Right. And a lot of people take it as, oh, you can see that you this. I'm like, no. You're saying what you are, and I'm saying it because other people said I ain't just come out the blue with it. Other people were saying it. I said, what I'm gonna do? Not take it? Somebody else might come and say, well, I'm this and I'm that. No, they're saying I'm that. They're my audience. They're watching me faithfully 4 days a week, sometimes 5, sometimes 6, and on a stretch, I've done 7, 8 straight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this, and I give him credit for it. Shout Lefty 2 Guns because he was one of them. Salute, Lefty.
Yeah, so that's for anybody. Like I said, FaTKaT, me, you. Everybody in the chat, if you don't feel like you're the best at what you're doing, you might want to rethink.
Let's make a deal. That's it.
You might want to rethink what you're doing. Now, New York, man. There's been a lot of waffles going on, right? A lot of waffles going on, brother. I participated in a couple of them, 2, 3.
So all right.
All right, I know this. And because one of the waffles that I was locked in on, I said, man, that'd be dope to get that. Just because, you know what I mean? And that was for y'all that don't know, that was the Stunner Reese Putt Prius or whatnot. I said, man, that'd be dope to have it, you know what I'm saying? Little get around car, and then the fact that it came from someone as dope as Stunner Reese, But unfortunately, I wasn't able to win it because you won it. All right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the only one, brother. When are we going to get some content on the Putt Prius, man? We ain't seen it.
The reason why you ain't seen it is because I'm planning some stuff with it. Let me rewind back a little bit because me and Stunner had to clear. Matter of fact, you was there when we was in Charlotte. We had to clear the air. I had to get on live with him and say, y'all, look, when Stunner was doing it, he said, me and shout out to Rellz, we mods, and we in there stopping people, blocking a bunch of crap. And he said, anybody, even my mods. Rellz started. I said, okay, well, let me start. I said to myself, if I win it, I'm gonna do this, do that, do this. Well, it came up, and he filmed and he showed it. My number came up. He said it was me. I was like, oh shit, okay. I was ecstatic because all I'm gonna do with it is, and it's the reason why you haven't seen the content with it, is getting rewrapped. I'm gonna turn around and give it away at a certain amount of subscribers. I'm gonna bless somebody else with it. He blessed me. I'm gonna do some content with it. I'm gonna bless somebody else. Because to me, that was a blessing. It was like I needed a spare car. So I need a spare car so I can drive the Escalade around all the time, and then I ain't gonna ride a bike all the time when the weather gets bad. I need something just to get around and something cheap on gas. And shout out to TK's Garage. Me and him was already talking about something from Coparts where he was at in North Carolina at the time. And I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna do something like that. And then boom, the same night I went that. We was talking about earlier today, and I went in that night. And what I'm gonna do is like I said, it's getting rewrapped. There's gonna be some content with it. I'm gonna do some winter content with it. Y'all gonna get to see the guy that's gonna rewrap it. Y'all gonna see a little changes with it, and then I'm gonna turn around and do a giveaway with it. And when I do it, Stunner's gonna be there. We're gonna be in the live together. And I'm gonna do a giveaway.
Gotcha, man. Yeah, man. We wait because if I didn't get it, I'm trying to find out, what's going on with it, man. That was, I felt some type of way when your name came up, man.
Everybody did, man. Look, I got so much more hate mail than I did having some questionable guests on. I'm like,
but look, it wasn't because it was you, brother. It was because it wasn't me. That's what I'm saying. Like, in every waffle that go down, when it ain't my name, I feel some type of way because it's somebody else's name. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God, no. Not another L, but I participate because I enjoy participating and stuff like that. Right. And if you ain't in it, you can't win it. At the end of the day, man. Sure. So.
And the crazy thing about it is, Ballerman said, "Who's rapping it?" I got a guy here, but Ballerman, I might be hitting you up to do something. You and K Dub to do something with it because I'm thinking about adding some extra touches to it. Because the guy here, he owed me a favor. He only know how to do just plain rap, nothing special. So I might hit up you, and I shout out to K-Dub214. I talked to him too. Hit y'all up about doing something, add some special. I might bring it down to Dallas and let y'all do something special to it. But yeah, it's a legendary car, and I
Mhm.
remember when Stunner first got that car, and a lot of people don't, and it's to the point where I was driving it here one day, and somebody said, "Yo, Stunner Reese," I said, "Wait, hey, Stunner, who are you?" And I said, "No, I'm New York, New York.
Mm.
That's the real New York." "Oh, you the guy that won it? Oh, okay." He went, "Look, oh, you the guy that won? Okay. Let me get a picture." And
Mm.
you know, he grabs me now. I'm like, "Let me grab my mask, bro. 6 feet. Let me grab my mask."
Mm.
And he's taking pictures. I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "No, I'm from out of Chicago, bro. I know this car." I was like, "Oh, okay, appreciate it." But brother, I'm waiting. I'm gonna drop some content for it. I was just waiting to have what I want to have to go with it. It's just been a lot of things, especially with this whole pandemic. It's been a lot that's been holding things up, but it's coming.
Gotcha.
It's coming.
Noted.
Let me get back to your expertise a little bit.
Okay.
Because again, you're one of the while you're sitting at home in your studio, in your studio, I guess we'll call it a studio, but while you're at home, comfortable, obviously you do your show every single day. But one of the best things that I like, 4 days a week. But one of the things I love about what you do as well is again, something that nobody else is doing. You mentioned G Dog, you mentioned, saying some of these other guys like Farik and these guys, like, they'll go, they show footage from out there as well. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. They're gonna go live at times. You know what I'm saying? Depending on when the big races are, or this and that and third.
Right,
brother. The real New York will be live for literally 23 hours. As long as there's something going on out there, the real New York will be live. And it's great though, because for those people that can't make it out to these events, you literally give them an avenue where they could sit there and they could watch everything, not just the big races, not just the some of the commentary. I mean, you literally catch damn near everything. Now, of course, you can't be everywhere at one time, but you try to be. And anything that's going on around that, especially in that track area, you're gonna catch it, and you're live, so people can sit there and literally watch. They can check in, they can check out, they can see what's going on now, and you're constantly live.
And as well as I'm live, some people saw me in Memphis everywhere with another camera getting footage that I'm gonna edit on top of the live.
That's crazy.
What started me?
Where do you get? But hold on. Let me ask my question, brother.
Okay.
Question.
So let's get it.
But where do you get that stamina from, and what made you decide that? Look, man, this is what I'm going to do for the people that are at home or can't make it here. You know what I'm saying? But where do you get that stamina from? And most importantly, after you answer that question, where do you get these damn batteries from that let you go live for literally 12 hours? You know what I'm saying? Like, you be out there with a damn rack, you know what I'm saying, with full of damn near car batteries, and you just don't, you never go down, brother. So, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and digest all of that for us, please.
Well, shout out to Dunk Master at the last event in Memphis. He said, "I don't know better New York guy, but I need it in my dunk." I said, "It's lithium."
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God.
So he's still live. I said, "You said grind as hard as Rike." Rike said, "No, you grind it back. We grind like me. I need to grind like you." But this is where it started. All jokes aside, that's where it started. I went to YouTuber's call and I was live for a minute. And I didn't know it at the time. It was a couple of people watching. This is one guy, he messaged me all the time. And he said, "I can't travel anywhere." And then I said, "What?" I didn't understand what he was saying. And he said, "Can I video call you through IG?" I said, "Yeah." He called me. He was literally, now he has a stand-up wheelchair where you can press a button and make him stand up. He said, "Until I get my specialized van, I can't go anywhere. And I love these events. And I've been paralyzed like this my whole life." He said, "I have Parkinson's." I said, "Oh man." I said, "Wow." And he was like, No, don't feel sad for me." He said, "I lived through you. When you go to these shows, you go live, please keep going live for me. I feel like I'm there." He said, "I have my VR glasses I hook up." He said, "I put them on, I can turn it. I can see everything you're filming." So, but those know the VR, the virtual reality glasses, you put them on, and instead of looking at a phone, it's like you're looking at everything. People that don't know what that is. And now my cousin, New York, what you doing live? I'm on somebody's podcast, bro. Leave me alone. Matter of fact, tune in and smash the like button while y'all in here. And if y'all ain't already supporting the channel, please support Free Smoke. So I just started going live, and then it was like four or five more people that couldn't travel. One guy, he has no arms, no legs, and he says, I watch you when you go to these shows because I can't go. He said, I don't have the money, I don't have this. And shout out to Robert King. Robert King, he's in the building. He was like, I can't go to all these shows, but I can sit there and watch what you're doing. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it my goal to go live for them. If nobody else, for them. And when we was in St. Louis for Gap Fest at the pull-up, I said, well, I'm gonna get off this live. I've been on here for an hour. I was going to get it off, and it was over 2,000 people in that live. I said, whoa, what am I going to get off for? Let's keep going. And as far as the batteries, I keep about 8 to 10 battery packs on me, and then I have my big backpack battery with a USB conversion on it, and it's really for that big camera I got. And the battery is like this big, and it's I think it's a 1.100K, which is basically equivalent of, if I do the math, if you convert the milliamps, about almost 1 million milliamps. So I have my cord in that. If I have my backpack, I have the cord in that, and I got it hooked to my phone, and I have a cord hooked to the camera. So instead of running off those batteries, it's running off that battery, and that battery lasts all day. And I tell people, when you go to these events, get you some battery packs, get some 10Ks, 15, 20, 30Ks, and keep them rotation, keep them working.
Hey, well, like I say, man, I salute you, brother, because, at the end of the day, man, like I said, you are, like I said, if probably the only one, like I said, shout out to, to G-Dog and Like a Reek and these guys, man, you know what I'm saying? They definitely go live as well. G-Dog works super hard when he's out there. It's not a game. It's not a game. He's out there running. He's literally running. On
the track.
He got the best angles and footage and everything else. So definitely shout out to them as well. But like I said,
and he uses a lot of cameras. A lot of people don't know that. He has a camera at the end, one in the middle, one over here, one over here. I said, hey, I'm in the wrong. I need to be doing that. He just looked at me and laughed every time. But
I'm just saying. But I just want to salute you though, bro, because at the end of the day, like, let's not get it twisted. Like, you are out there putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that stamina is crazy because you be out there for. I'm like, I'll be so tired of looking at New York. I'll be like, I don't know how New York don't got like bunions all over his feet, man, because he be spinning all day. Like, bro, like you be out there literally for 12, 13 hours, man, from the time that they go hot to the time that they shut down. And even after they shut down, the aftermath, you still be out there with a live, man. So
I'm not doing it.
Hey, listen, I just want to salute you, man. I just want to salute you. Just want to make sure you know that I salute you, man, and I respect that at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because I've used your live shows for some of these past events that I haven't got to, able to go to physically. And obviously, I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch the whole thing. But, I got, obviously, we all got things going on, family, married, you know what I'm saying, kids and everything. I may not watch the whole thing, but I check in, see what's going on, you know what I'm saying, watch it for 15, 20, 30 minutes. All right, man, I got to go do this thing, I come back literally an hour later, 2 hours later, damn, New York still live. I check back in, see what's going on. So, hey, I appreciate you, man.
Hey, bro, I'm not going live for anything that daggone long. I'm going to tell you that off the rip, brother. It's just not going to happen. If y'all looking for my YouTube page to go, you would never find one that long on my YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, you give people, the opportunity, like FaTKaT was saying, they might not be able to hop in there for 5 minutes. But 5 or 10 minutes, then they'll come back a little bit later. You know what I mean? And it's still going on. So, you give them that opportunity, to do that. And with on that note, as far as putting stuff out there for everybody. You talk on your show about how you are on multiple platforms and stuff like that. So 2-part question. One, the benefits of all of these other platforms, and 2, for those that are in the chat here and stuff like that, how can they find you on all of those other platforms to support, as well as YouTube and Instagram?
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to Worldwide Media and my guy Chris out there, Logan, Christine, there's a few others out there. I know I'm gonna miss. I ain't gonna say the name of everybody, but shout out to y'all out there. A dude I was in IT school with, he actually works for them, and he found out their YouTube, and he played it for him one day, like, yo, do this. And Worldwide Media is a streaming service. and it's mostly based overseas, where you have to pay for a box or pay for a subscription. It's like $39 or $49.99 or something like that. Because a lot of places out there do not have cable, they do not have everything, but they have internet. So you pay for the streaming service and go through that way. And they'll have regular TV on it, but it'll be the regular local channels, and then they'll have their own stuff on it. And Worldwide Media kind of blew up from doing that and started getting deals with Roku and other stuff and started putting their stuff on there. And when he put it on there, he hit me up and I talked to him. He said, they want to give you a trial run. We get a trial run. So worldmedia.org. I know they're revamping their website, so the website might be down, but worldwidemedia.org. I go live on 22 platforms on January I'm trying to get them to do it the first because I'd help you awards during that time, which I can talk about as well. But it's definitely going hosted by Pimpin' TV. Shout out to him. But it's definitely going live that first Monday. I think that Monday is the 4th, 5th. It's definitely going live during that time. But that's how y'all can find it. And I know when y'all go there, it's going to say, oh, you got to have a subscription. So that's why I haven't been really pushing it heavy until everything is on there. And then you'll see the link in my stuff where you can click it and do a subscription, or you can just watch it on YouTube, because they have a thing on Twitch and everything else, and Ustream and Stream.tv, and a lot of them I can't pronounce because it's either in Arabic or Chinese and Mandarin, proper term for Mandarin. And site is down. Okay, E-Vapors. Oh, I said I know they're working on it because they're trying to revamp some stuff on it. And the first big thing I'm gonna drop on, they shot a Pink Celebrity. I've been holding that interview I did with her live in Houston. I got a chance to interview her and follow around. Shout out to FaTKaT Lifestyle, my camera guy that came out there. That's the first big thing I'm dropping when everything starts, and including on my website. It opens up at the same time.
Gotcha. So a big year to start the year off with, essentially, for the podcast and everything you get on. So yeah, man, just make sure you definitely let everybody know or whatnot, man, once everything drop, where they can find it, because it's cool. You can support me on Instagram, but if I got YouTube, that support would be cool too. You know what I'm saying? And on Facebook, like, there are several people that I follow on all the platforms they're on, because all of them do different things at the end of the day, and all of them create different things. And on behalf of my other half, she posed a question in the comments.
I just thought I was just about to answer that question too.
We waiting on this one. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't win the Putt Prius. All right. So I'm hoping that I have a better chance with this one, man. So if you want to, let folks know what you got going on with that, man, feel free.
Yeah, y'all, it will be a 10K giveaway. When they wanted to do it, shout out to Worldwide Media, they wanted to celebrate me being on it. We should do a giveaway. We should do this, do that, do this. I said, yeah. They said, we should give away 20,000. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, who's we? Whoa, wait. They said, no, it's we'll do this, do that. I said, okay, because I don't have that to give away. The kids' college fund. Yes, I ain't got that to give away. And it was like, no. And then I gave them the idea. I said, well, one person, why don't we split it and do 2 10Ks and give somebody a chance? They said, you know what, New York? That's a good idea. I said, when y'all want to do it? They said, let's do it probably spring or summer. We haven't came up with a date.
Okay.
So when I was doing the live, I had just got through talking with Chris about it. And I said, you know what? I'm announcing the podcast. And I haven't given any stipulations, but stay tuned, y'all. We're working on that, because that's them in conjunction with me. And also, still keeping our fingers crossed for the New York and Your City cruise. It's not just me. It's other groups that's doing it, that want to be included in it. And they're naming their thing, and they got a certain amount of people they can bring on. It's a retired cruise ship, and we're trying to get the insurance to pass, because somebody just mentioned, you just mentioned me that. Sorry, my cousin Will. There's a lot of people that's waiting on that, and I was like, it depends on the insurance, because now with this new string that's going on, insurance companies are like, wait a minute, whoa, we don't want to be liable, because if something happens and everybody catches whatever, or somebody catches, or somebody, it's just a lot of stipulations. I was like, damn, there was so many stipulations with it. I knew about the alcohol stipulation and everything else, but just that part of it. Any vapors, where can you enter? I will have a link for that. Once everything's set up, it'll be a link. It will be in my description every podcast, and it will tell you how you can enter in and what you have to do. I told them I didn't want them to do anything crazy, but that'll be something.
I like what Ray said, man. Go pay that thing in crypto, man. The way the market, the way the market.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to TK's Garage, because we actually did one like that, a giveaway like that, where we did it in crypto. That was a part of. It was $5,500 in crypto, and I was like, y'all don't understand that if y'all don't know that 5,500 in crypto, you can turn that 5,500 into 30K if you do it the right way. And then take the 55 that you originally got and take that out, leave the rest in there, make it happen. Because a lot of people don't know I do a lot of trading too. I have the Robinhood thing that's sitting down there. Shout out to Robinhood, sponsor for the channel. Shout out to TK for helping me get that. And me and him and Logic was also trading secrets with that and how we was trading. And I was telling people, go in and look at it. Go in. If you only have $1, only have $2, only have this, you'd be surprised. And shout out to Stunner Reese because he's still texting about that. He's like, New York owns IBM. He owns this company, that company. I'm like, no, I don't own all them companies. I'm just trying to trade and make some things happen.
Yeah, man. Crypto, it's where it's at right now, man.
But you know, Rellz, I may have to ask him, let's do it in crypto. Let's do something in crypto.
Something to think about. Be innovative, you know what I mean, in the game, man. But yeah, man, that was my last question for you, man. I appreciate my other half for giving me my last question today, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. She'd be like, hey, hitting the York up or whatnot, hit him up, give him, text him or whatnot to see, when it's going down or whatnot. I'm like, he gonna talk about it, baby. He gonna talk about it or whatnot. So
shout out to Jen. You know what? I know this is off topic, but I love y'all couples channels of death.
Appreciate it, brother.
I can't say it's my favorite because other people get mad, but it's one of my favorite.
Nah, we know.
The thing with the on the top of the refrigerator, I said, wow, how did I get up there? I'm all into it. I watched it like 3 or 4 times. I was like, yo, that's funny.
Just a little something, to keep things going on all platforms is what I'm saying. So we try to deliver on all platforms to look for all the support on the platform, man. So appreciate you for the support and whatnot, man.
And also shout out to FaTKaT because he made me want a mango. I thought I said, I don't want to know.
Hey, New York, man. So I only got 2 more questions for you, man.
Don't bring them.
Then everybody could go enjoy the rest of their Sunday. But the first question I have for you, or the last question I have for you is, and I feel like you might have done this, but I don't remember it clearly. But I feel like you might have done this. But if you did it, let's get the people some exclusive, man. Do you care? Do you care to reveal the identity of the DJ?
Hold on, the identity of who?
Of your DJ.
Oh.
Hey, let me tell you. Sometimes you be getting mad as hell at your DJ, bro. So I just want to know. He done got fired a couple times. So listen.
Yeah, he did. He got fired a few times. He went to SEMA without me.
Hey.
Do you care? Do you care? Do you care to be the identity of your DJ, bro? That's all.
You know what? I will. The DJ, for folks that know, is actually me. It started as I was really literally live. This was just off the cuff. I'm live and my soundboard was messing up. So I did something. I said, dang, DJ, don't do that. It just came out. See how the DJ over here messing up. I didn't want to say I was messing up. So DJ over here messing up. Hey, DJ, you might be fired. But y'all, the DJ is me. And I want to bring something fun to the channel because sometimes I have people that watch that are really not in the cause. So when I started Help Me Help You, shout out to my aunt that still want royalties for that. When I started Help Me Help You, I was like, I gotta come with something funny, something this, and I kind of just threw that in there. And I done had so many people from G Money to Demetria that say, yo, that dude can be fired. And I was like, yeah, did you fired today? And y'all, it's me.
But yeah, it's something that you added to the channel. Like you said, when them things happen like that, you just got to keep going with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes a part of the channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it came part of the channel, and the DJ sucks. All right, G Money. and you know what? I did not know people were going to gravitate toward that so heavy to the point. Shout out to my man, Mark. He literally just sent me a shirt says this is the DJ. I was like, yo, this was creative. Yeah. And shout out to Lola Ray. Yeah, Help Me Help You. That started. My aunt used to say that to my cousins when we were kids. Man, help me help you. Help me. Why are you acting so like this? Or why are you doing this? And I thought about it one day. You know what? Let me add these memes to. Let me add this to it. Help me help you. And it really. I really look for a DJ. He makes keep looking for him. And the craziest thing was when I started Help Me Help You. I did 5 of them, and it was all me. So I said, y'all, it's these people are me. They was like, that's you. I said, look at this. One of them I fell at an auction I was running to get up to auction block, and this truck had this hitch out, and I flipped over the hitch, and you saw the whole camera fall. But when it fell facing toward me. I was like, fuck! I was just going off and off, and I sat up, and the camera was still filming, and then I put it up there, and I was like, y'all, look, help me help you. New segment. I'm starting off with me. The rest of it's gonna be stuff y'all either seen or haven't seen. And I didn't know people was gonna send me so much stuff. My DM is full of people just sending me stuff, and I love it. I'm like, keep sending it, whether I have it or not. I'm going through finding it. I'm finding stuff, and I have stuff I haven't even played yet. And then when I said the Help Me Help You Awards last year, because people was loving so much of it, and what won last year was the Coco Challenge at 392. Nobody had ever saw that. And shout out to the person that sent it. I didn't know the person that originally sent that to me was the person who actually filmed it. They watched the show and sent me that. I didn't know that for a long time until I played it again. They said, "You still playing me?" I said, "Playing you." And then they was like, "Yeah, that was me filming the person driving, and I sent that to you." And I was like, "Wow!" I said, "That went viral." So yeah, you helped it go viral. I was like, "Wow." Oh yeah. Vapors. Yeah. Look, when that bike was going down, I jumped off of it, got up, I was good. But you know what? The bounce back was even better. It's like things. People say, "Oh, that was an accident." No, things happen for a reason. That bike I fully rebuilt it in my garage on my own. And shout out to a few people that helped me out, that came through and helped me set stuff up. And it's better than whatever was.
That's the bounce back.
Yeah, and yeah, shout out to Dragon Wagon, bruh.
Hey, so the last thing we have for you, man, you know, and we always like to know, because we like to pick the brains of everyone, you understand, that we talk to. So we kind of like to see where their head is at, and you have a lot of things going on. So it actually be dope to kind of see where, you know, what you think what you would love your future to be like. So as a question that we kind of give all of our guests as the last question is, you know, in 10 years from now, you know, what does success look like for the real New York? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting down, you look around like, man, I got everything that, you know, that I've set out to achieve thus far. What does that look like for the real New York? What does success look like to you?
Well, number one is, within 10 years, my kids will be teenagers by then. Because my kids are toddlers. They can look back and say, "Look, that's my daddy. Look, my daddy was on TV doing this. If he did this, I can do what I want to go do." Because still to the day, people, I've heard kids say this, and people say this about their kids. My kid think I can't do this. Why? My kid say I can't do this. Why? You do anything you want to do. It may be rough getting there. The road's not going to be easy, but I want my kids to look at that and say, "That's my daddy. My daddy was online doing this. My daddy was running this business, going to work over here, going over here, and still coming through the podcast. His grind did not stop. If his grind didn't stop, why mine got to stop? He instilled that in me. My pops instilled that in me. My pops had me working when most kids was playing and all that. I was turning wrenches and breaking my knuckles and then painting cars. I was doing all that ahead of time before a lot of people even knew what work was. So my grind really came from him and my uncles. They grind out. They would go work for somebody or go do this and come back and still work on their own business until they was able to just live off their own business. So for me, I was like, you know what? I have no choice but to grind. They was making me do it for free. Why not do it and get some kind of benefit from it? Why not do it? And it's not just about the money. Most thing with YouTube is meeting everybody I met, meeting Rellz, meeting you, FaTKaT, meeting E-Vapors, meeting Shaq Diesel, because I was already following him. He didn't even know I was already following him. And meeting other people that's in the community that are doing some of the like-minded things. And not only that, being able to give back, being part of giveaways, doing stuff behind the scenes that I never filmed. Like every year I was giving away something for Christmas and didn't tell nobody. And then I was live one day. It was a Sunday with some people, and they saw me do a U-turn. So I saw somebody homeless, and I gave them my food that I had just had. I said, "Look, I know you're hungry. Here." He said, "Oh man, thank you, man. Thank you." As a matter of fact, $5 more put in your pocket. I don't care what you do. I ain't gonna ask what you're gonna do with it, but you know, I didn't have nothing to drink. Go get something to drink. "Oh man, thank you, thank you." He literally got up and went in a little 7-Eleven and came out with a drink before I pulled off from the light. So I want people to see that New York was out here, and he was a real one out here, really doing real things, and out here caring about our people out here. And not only just that, putting people on a platform where people had a chance to say what they need to say and tell their story. Period. It's not, like I said, it's not even about the money. I already know that'll come. that'll come. I love the enjoyment of it. I can do this every day, all day. And I've done that. I've done 4 lives back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So I can continue just doing this and be happy. So for me, 10 years from now, I hope to be in a whole lot better position, way up there. And people look back like, yo, New York got this many in. Like I got over 500 podcasts in. Some are not even posted yet because I had to take them off for other reasons because YouTube changed some things around. So I had to take them off. And a few of them I had to take off because of people that hit me up, yo, I need you to take that off because I work this job now and they saw this and that. Okay, I'll take that off, no problem. And all I did was just market private. Some of them actually really took off. So my thing is I want people to look back and not just see me, but see what I started and seeing other people come behind like, yo, we see Free Smoke, they doing this, doing that. New York's been on there and he's supporting this. And to see us sitting back looking like, yeah, we got everything we want. But what did we succeed in? We succeeded in making a way for other people to come, and we succeeded in bringing light to a culture that is this small on YouTube, but big to us.
Gotcha.
Hey, I respect it, brother, man. Like I said, you're definitely doing your thing. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, all that talk you're talking about as far as, you know, running your own business and being able to, you know, sustain yourself off of your own business. Like I said, I 100% agree with that. You know, respect that as well. And you know, I think that should be the goal for a lot of people. Not everyone could do that. So it's not, you know, everybody's not built for that. But you know, at the end of the day, I think that should be a goal for you know, for the majority of people. You know, I always, when you talk about being a boss and, you know, running your own business and things like that, I always go back to this one quote. Not from a very well liked individual, but to me it makes a lot of sense. And I'm talking about Dame. I'm talking about Dame Dash. Dame Dash.
You know what? Dame Dash is that dude, though.
Dame Dash had an interview on the Breakfast Club a couple of years ago, and everybody just wrote him off. It's just like Kanye wrote him off as crazy. But I remember he was having this big conversation with kind of like almost an argument with DJ Envy.
Yep.
And you know, DJ Envy he was like, can you do anything you want to do? And Envy was like, yeah. He's like, no, you can't. He was like, you can come in tomorrow. And he's like, you could come in tomorrow and they can tell you fired. He's like, so he's like, you cannot give your kids anything. There's nothing that you can get down, you know, that you can hand down to them because you could come into this facility. Now, granted, by that time, you know, now DJ Envy, he's been into real estate and stuff like that or whatever. He owns a couple different things. But anyway, at that time, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you don't own this. So none of this stuff you own, like, and somebody could come in tomorrow and be like, you fired, right? But the craziest part about that whole thing is where he killed him at the end. To me, he killed him at the end, and he asked DJ Envy. He said, "Do your kids think you're a superhero?" And DJ Envy looked at him. And he said, "Yeah." Dame Dash said, "Not when your boss is in the room." I was like,
"Yeah." That was
legendary right there. A lot of it went over a lot of people's head when he said that.
That went over a lot of people's head.
But
anyway, so I say all that to say this, that, you know, I respect what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of different things going on, man. You got your hands in a lot of different pots. And at the end of the day, like you say, you're striving to, like you said, man, just striving to be better. And you know what I'm saying, and keep that going, and even for your kids and things like that. And like I said, being your own person, you know, running your own businesses and things like that, man. Like I said, I definitely salute you. You know what I'm saying? I definitely respect that, man. So we're gonna throw it over to Relly Rellz real quick, man, for the any closing remarks, you know what I'm saying, for New York or the people, you know what I'm saying, in the chat or watching right now.
Yeah, man. Just you know, big salute, man. As you know, Lolo Red said in the comments, you know, she learned a lot about New York tonight, man. I'm
That's
pretty
not even
sure
my whole story.
A lot of people learned a lot because you're typically on the other side when it comes to, you know, doing interviews and stuff like that. So you're, you know, getting other people to tell their story. So you getting to tell your story. I'm pretty sure that people are looking forward to everything that you got coming up. Top of the year, y'all, you know, y'all heard everything he said. Make sure you stay locked in with everything that he's got going on, and you know, just keep on doing what you're doing, brother.
That's the plan. The plan, and that's the goal. Slap.
There you go, man.
We're trying to just We're trying to elevate to another level. But it's funny you talk about Dame Dash about that. I've done work around him, and there's a lot of people don't like it, but the way he talks about, like, I've been around him and in a room with him talking. I've been in a room when he talked to somebody. He talked to a kid and told a kid, he said basically the same thing you just said. And the kid was like, "You're right. My daddy can't go do this and do that." And it wasn't a diss to his dad. He just said, he just told Dame, "I want to be like my dad and I want to do that." He said, "No, try to be better than your dad." Your dad just says, "Try to be better than him." Your dad been to this, been to that. And now you have to really work for somebody because of his PO status. But for you, you got a chance to be your own boss, to be your own this, to be your own that. And I stood there watching him explain that to him. And I said, and I got in the elevator, I said, "Dame, that was well said." I said, "You just changed that kid's life and he don't even know it." He said, "He will." That's all he said. Well, he will. He will. And that's what you all strive out here to be. And not to say that I'm just my own boss all the time. Yeah, I may have this and that and I'm working for somebody with, but I am still my own boss where I can say, "No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. No, I got to do this." But I ain't gonna be stupid and turn down the right amount of money that's gonna support my kids and support the roof over my head for them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit out here and grind for them. You know, you have some people that, and I hate to get up top, but you have some people that would just, "Hey, I'm just gonna go to work every day and come home." And then you at home sitting there looking at this, look at, okay, well, what can you be doing to further yourself to make another income? What can you be doing to do this? What can you be doing to do that? There's a lot of other things out here that wasn't out here when we were kids. Like, to me, kids got it made a little easier now because there's ways to make money. I just saw a video a few days ago somebody sent me. This kid's 6 years old and making $600,000 a year.
Crazy.
And all he's doing, and this is what he's doing. He's going around with a little cart on trash day, going to people's trash, picking out stuff. And he said, "Well, look, I'm gonna put up a sign. Hey, look, I'll take this from you if you have it." And all he was doing was taking it, stripping out the copper wire out of it, put it in the case, and put it in this whole big bin. When the bin got big and full, the bin is full, they take it, it was getting it, turning it for cash. He started out from that. And it's kind of grown from that. And he was showing, and he got on YouTube showing, "Look, y'all, it's ways to make money. Look, this is how you do it." No, my dad teaches, but I saw it on YouTube, so I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. Kids, I'm gonna show you how to do it. And then his YouTube blew up from that. I'm like, yo, this kid, he's doing something, and most kids out here are not even thinking about doing, and he's doing it. He's doing it perfectly.
100%, man.
Yes,
Hey, hey, New York, man, we're gonna throw it to you, man, for any closing remarks for the people out here that are watching, man, and like I said, got to listen to your story. First of all, before you get into that though, shout out to Catfish in the building. Make sure y'all check out Conversations with Catfish.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yes, sir. Right after this, man. Make sure y'all go check that out as well, man. Catfish, definitely a legendary individual as well. And of course his son, Pippin TV. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna throw it over to New York, man. And any last remarks over to the people that are watching right now.
Yeah, the same thing I always say when I'm with my podcast. Reach out to people and reached out for a while. You just never know when somebody's last day or what somebody's going through. I literally spoke to Logic a few days before he passed. And people say, "Yo, you feel bad?" I said, "I feel bad, but I don't have no regrets because we had a nice conversation. I'm always remember what we talked about." And that's happened with a lot of people that are gone. Like when I saw Drizzy at Stunner Jam, and when I saw him at Midwest Fest, we were talking about him coming on the show. "Man, you know, wait till my car get done with this. My Apollo, I'm coming on the show." Blah, blah, blah. I said, "No, you ain't got to. No, I want to wait because I want to show the car. I want to do this, do that." Okay. And like I said, you just never know. You never know what somebody's going through. There's a lot of people going through a lot of things right now, and they don't want to come out and tell people. Please reach out to people. I had a challenge where I was like, take 10 people on your phone and call them, text them, see how they're doing. Just say, "Yo, I just want to see how you're doing." They're like, "Wait, see how I'm doing." People are not used to that, but that's the way I was raised. My mother's side, my dad's side would just call you. "I just want to see how you doing. You all right over there?" "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." "How was your day? How was this?" But just hit them up, see how they're doing. You just never know. Somebody might be going through something. Then when they see your phone call and hear your voice, "You know what? I was going through something. But you know what? This right here just really helped me out." And also shout out to I see you, Chris, with Chris and Vince. Salute. Also shout out to Jay Prince, because Jay Prince was one of them that was also saying that's kind of same saying not too long ago to somebody that went viral.
Hey, one more time. Big time. First of all, big time rest in peace. You know what I'm saying, to into Logic, Jersey. And again, condolences to their family and obviously to their friends as well, who was close to them. But again, man, I just want to say one more time, man, appreciate you for coming on the show, man. You have Free Smoke as your first show of the year, man. And we appreciate, saying that you come back on full circle, coming back onto our show, man. We really appreciate it. Yes, it's been a long time coming. We had to get the dates right, but we here and we did it, man. And we appreciate you coming on, man. At the end of the day, and like I said, give a lot of insight to to a lot of people, man, who may not know everything that was going on in the background and what you was doing beforehand and things like that. I know you mentioned it, but a lot of people probably don't grasp what it is, or you just mentioned it in passing, so they don't really understand what it is in detail that you were doing. So big time shout out to you again. One more time, salute to you for coming on and giving your testimony, and kicking it with us here at Free Smoke, man. And we want to say big time shout out to everyone who's watching as well. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. We got live shows coming on, not live shows, we got a show that come on every single day. Talking about the news for the culture. And then of course we go live Sunday as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned, man. We got a lot more coming up for y'all, man. And again, man, salute to everybody that's out there. Again, New York, salute to you, brother, man. You already know, man. You got our number. If you need anything, man, you already know where to catch us, man, where to find us. Obviously,
likewise.
We definitely will, extend that handout to you, man, anytime you need it. So never hesitate to do that. By the way, I'm gonna go and say this right now. Because look, I'm a big believer in facts are facts, and no matter what happens, no matter if you fall out with some certain people, or if you might feel a certain type of way, at the end of the day, facts are always the facts. Like, you can never change the facts. Your feelings don't change the facts. And at the end of the day, us in New York, we're not in that situation. But if we ever were in that situation, again, the facts are the facts, and I'll say it right now. New York helped us out big time as far as Free Smoke. The show helped us out, helped Free Smoke out a couple times in our infancy when we first started, because we had a couple of guests who were either they said they were going to come on, and and everything was locked and loaded, but they probably couldn't get in contact with them for certain, for whatever reasons. Or we had certain guests that were literally scared. They canceled because they were like, I can't do it. This, that, and the third. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, 100%. You know who I called? New York. I said, New York, brother, I need this solid from you. You got these people's contact information. Can you hit them up and be like, look, and kind of just give them a good word and give them a kind of sent, especially for the one that was canceling because they were nervous. Just let them know, da-da-da-da. And New York put in that phone call and was like, look, these guys are good. Don't worry about it, da-da-da-da, and reassured them. And next thing you know, man, we had that show go off without a hitch. And actually now we're really good with that person. And, we could definitely hit them up at any time as well. So, that was that. And then also we had another big guest that, again, was, ready to come on the show and everything else, but it was getting down to crunch time. Like I said, everything was locked and loaded. Everybody did all the promotion, but it was about crunch time. And I was messaging. I was like, hey, we good? We coming on? And crickets. And I was like, oh God, here we go. I'm sweating. I'm like, this person ain't, again, this is early on. I was like, this person's not responding, but I knew who had that person's contact number that could text them right then and there. And that was New York. And I was like, bro, I need another solid. Hit this person up to make sure that everything is good to go for today. He hit me back within not even a couple of minutes. So meaning he did it right then and there. Right then and there, he reached out to that person, contacted me back in like 3 or 4 minutes and be like, oh yeah, he said he's good. He's just he's not really on the IG like that. We're checking his IG like that. But yeah, he said he's ready to go.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, listen, it is what it is, man. The facts are the facts. New York, man, is a good dude. He's a good person, man, got a good heart, and he's definitely willing to help anybody out, man. I could see that from the very beginning, from when I first met him to where we at right now, man, in my relationship. And I understand that New York, at the end of the day, he's definitely that person that you can reach out to, man. He's gonna do what he can to help you in any situation he can. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Personally, and I salute you for that, brother. So other than that, man, that's all we got for y'all today. Man, we appreciate y'all for rocking out with us, man, on this Sunday fun day once again. Don't forget, man, to come back out, man. Watch our daily shows, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern every single day. And don't forget, man, again, we go live every single Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody again in the comment section. Everybody that was watching, man. Ray, L Boogie, Lefty, Chris, Flyby, G Money, Lolo, Red, Kicking with Alvin. Man, everyone, man. Angie was in, been here all day. We appreciate everybody who's been kicking it with us, man.
Salute to everybody.
And
smash the like button.
Salute to everyone. Salute to everyone, man. Definitely smash that like button. Hawk smash that like button, like Angie say all the time. You know what I'm saying? Hawk smash that like button. Hey, listen, that's all we got for y'all. Yes, sir. And listen, that's all we got for y'all today. Hey, for all you guys that do have to go to work, and look, by the way, don't take it disrespectfully for me saying you got to do your own part. At the end of the day, the most important thing is you got to put food on the table. You got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your family. Do that until you're in a position where you can, you know what I'm saying, become your own boss. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. Don't take that disrespectful for anyone who does. Shit, I got it. I got a job. I got. Listen, Rell knows. I'll be out there working too. You know what I'm saying? I got a boss. So,
Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do out there.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely trying to make those moves, man. But anyway, at the end of the day, for those people that do have to go out throughout the week, man, have a safe week. You know what I'm saying? Have a great Monday tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a safe week, man. And you know what I'm saying? Be productive, be blessed, and you know what I'm saying? We'll see you guys back here next week, man. Other than that, that's all we got for y'all today. Yo, bless up to everyone out there. Big time salute and shout out to the Free Smoke Squad. If you
everybody.
don't know, you are watching Free Smoke, and we do this for the culture. New York, salute to you, brother, one more time, man.
Salute, and y'all catch me Monday through Friday. Y'all already know. Hit the line, hit the channel.
Yeah, y'all go, man. We out of here, man. Everybody have a blessed Sunday. We out.